So I'm going to give you a tip today that I promise you, if you use it, if you implement it, that it will increase your performance, and is the power of failure. Failing forward, okay? Most people, what they don't do is they don't go back and have a look at their past performances. I.e., if you come off the round of a game of golf, you sit down, someone asks you how you scored, you tell them, you talk to them all through this, that, and the other, and how you should have scored this, and how you should have done that, and how wonderful you should have played, but the world was mean to you, and all these types of different things. Remember, you create your own world. Instead of sitting down, analyzing, and going, okay, this is what went right. Fantastic. I did these things right, so I'll continue doing them. And this is what went wrong. And then walk through the situations that went wrong. Walk through the failures and see, what could I have changed and what could I have done differently there to have a different outcome? Because what most people do is they work so hard on the physical side of their sport that they completely neglect the mental side of the sport. And the mental side, by far, by a long, long way, trumps the physicality side of it, okay? You can have, as I said before, you can have a fantastic ball striker and a terrible golf player, okay? Because they don't know how to use their mentality, they don't know how to play the game, they don't understand it, they don't know how to use the mental faculties, the power of their mind, okay? So using the power of failure to move forward is something that I promise you, if you implement, you will increase your performance no end. And this will work for teams, this will work for individuals, this will work for business, this will work for life, this will work all across the board, okay? So if you have got that one hole on the golf course, or first tee nerves, or anything like that, what you've got to do is look at your past experience, look at the way you were doing it before, and watch how you failed, okay? I want you to watch it in your mind, watch how you do it, and look at it like a TV program, and watch the steps you took, okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to interrupt it. Okay, I want you to interrupt those steps. I want you to change the pattern. So if your steps are, I get to the first tee, I have all these negative thoughts going on in my head, and the first thing I reach for is my driver because it's got the biggest head in the bag, and I've got more chance of hitting the ball there, and I won't fresh out, I won't do this because I might have spectators and people watching, there might be a competition, might be a lot riding on it, and you've already got all this negative self-talk going on inside your head, and it's running around, and then you're like, I'm just going to pull out, I'm just going to hit it as hard as I can and just hopefully escape with a good shot, and away we go. And the percentages of you escaping with a good shot are very, very low. Normally what you do is you rush, you get panicked, and you smack it into the hazard because that's your past experience. It's now your predictable future. This is what you've conditioned yourself to believe is going to happen, and this is how you've conditioned yourself to perform. So as I said, I want you to interrupt the pattern. You're so used to taking the driver out in the first hole, or that other nervous hole, par 4 or par 5 or whatever it might be. The best way you can interrupt it, without getting deep into the psychology of it, or the mental side of it, I'll do another video on that, is choose a different club. And I want you to choose the most confident club you have in the bag. And you have to do this without any judgment, because as soon as you choose that different club, your brain is going to kick in and it's going to go, oh, what are you doing? Why don't you hit the drive? You're on a par 4, par 5. People are going to think you're weird hitting a 6-iron off the tee. They're going to think, oh, he can't hit the ball properly, and this, that, and the other. You're only focused on other people's judgments instead of actually focused on making a good swing with a confident club and getting off the tee box safe and sound in play and moving forward from there. Now you've interrupted the pattern, and now you can actually go on and perform on that hole, which will lead to obviously better performance overall, okay? So interrupt the pattern. If you're used to taking out your driver or your 2-iron, your 3-wood, change it. Always go to the club on the nervous hole or the first tee. Always go to the club that you're most confident with. And I don't care if that's your sandwich or your putter, man. Do it. Go to the most confident club. It's a small win. It's a small confidence booster. It's a small celebration, but it will lead to big results. It will lead to a bigger performance. It'll lead to a better performance, okay? So learn from your failures. Go back, analyze, interrupt the pattern, interrupt the programming, change it with something that's more confident. Don't keep using what you think you should use. Always go to the things that you feel confident with and that you can use. Interrupt it, increase performance, and I promise you things will get better.